Good evening. So as promised, here is the video on setting up a basic planetary interaction to mine for some resources. You need a command center for the appropriate planet. I'm going to be putting one on a lava planet, mining non-CS crystals and converting them down. They are 1,000 cubic meters per command center, so you will need something capable of carrying them. I'm just using my Orca at the moment. To find a planet or the planets that you want to mine, if you click on the Neocon menu, 3 lines at the top, go to activities and then the agency, then click on resource harvesting, planetary interaction, and down the middle you can see all the planets that are available to you. You can set what planet types you want here in the left hand side, distance and security settings. Obviously lower security systems will have better planets and higher output. I'm just going to stick this one in a high sec system because it's close by. So I selected this system here because I've got some PI in these other systems. So you click on here and then I'm just going to click on the lava planet, and I can see it's got non-CS crystals. And the other thing, which I'll explain at the end of this video as a kind of an addendum, is suspended plasma, but we'll get to that in a moment. So click on this planet, right click on it and view planetary industry. This brings up the planet, and if you want to you can spin it. Huzzah, you can spin it over as well, but it will actually, this is basically the North Pole and it maxes out of the south. So we've obviously got the build menu here for a center. We're not going to do that just yet. Instead you're going to click scan. You want to select what you want to be mining, so I'm going with non-CS crystals. When you start off, this indicator, this slide indicator here, basically allows you to see where the hotspots are. So on the lowest filter you can see all the white areas are the highest concentration of the resource. However, as you bring it down, as you increase the scan, you can see it gets less and less and less. I find that usually putting it about halfway, so this right tab here, about halfway, you can see where the actual hotspots are. Now on this planet there's 2 in the south, which is actually quite nice. So what I would do, now I've established that there's one here and one here, you go to build and a lava command center, and your cursor changes to this little cross, and you can place the command center anywhere. So I'm just going to place mine here. You get no load and no CPU, and it costs nothing to build because you already own it. So you submit that. Now the next thing to do before you start running out any of these additional pieces is you want to as long as you've got the skills and you've got the funds, click on the command center and then click on upgrade and max it out. It costs 6,310,000. Trust me, it's worth doing. It gives you the full capacity of the CPU and power grid. So we can upgrade that, and then again you've got to submit it up here. Now that's going to give us the ability to lay out multiple devices to extract as much as we can. So we are going to, let's go with this one here. So we're going to build a lava extractor control unit. So you click on that and you get this, you get the device and you get a circle, this white circle. The white circle around it is basically the extraction area, so the area that it can extract from. So if I were to place it here, for example, I could extract from both. I want to extract from here, so I'm going to go somewhere roughly where I can get as much of it in as I can, but I don't want to go dead in the center, and I'll explain why in a moment. So we're going to build one there. And again submit. It costs 45,000 to build. Now we're going to click on the unit there and install extraction program. Now we then select what it is we want to be building, so what we want to be extracting, so non-CS crystals, and then you can set this here to the time that you're going to leave it running. So I'm going to set mine to 14 days just because it's going to be easiest. By clicking on each of these, you install an extractor. So let's start off with 4 extractors. So we've got 4 extractors here now, and all you need to do is click on the blue dot there and drag it into a location somewhere around here. Now you can see on the right hand side here, this is the amount that it would extract as it goes, and then this here is the total it will extract for all extractors currently on station. The other thing you notice is that this one here is a kind of a solid opaque colour, and these ones are kind of staticky. As you pull them off of each other, they go solid. If you overlap, because they're both trying to mine here, they become unstable. You also get this red marker, so you actually end up with a negative effect for mining. So what you want to do is put your extractors down, and you want them to basically cover as much area as you can while not covering each other. So I usually find 5 or 6 is quite a good number. So we've got 6 there. So that's fairly good. It's 1 million units. So we're then going to I'll actually run through what I'm going to do. So we're then going to start extraction of those. So start extraction. Now while it is extracting, and it will be dumping in here, you can see here it's got not rooted. We'll cover that in just a second. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go back to scan. Oh, and of course you've got to submit it. I'm going to go back to scan. I'm going to look for suspended plasma. So there's actually a nice spot of suspended plasma here. So we're going to build a lava extractor again. We're going to put this one here. Submit that. Install extraction. Suspended plasma, 14 days. And then we're going to put these extractors down so that they cover off as much of the immediate area as we can get. These are a little bit close together. There we go. So we'll put that one there. So that's 1.5 million. So again, start extraction and submit it. So both extractors are red because they're not currently routing. So what I would do is I would build a storage facility. I'm going to build one here, and I'm going to build one here. I'm also going to build a third one, and I'll explain why in just a moment. So we're going to build those. We're then going to do a basic industry facility. One here and one here. And we also want a launch pad, which we're going to place there. Okay, so now that we've placed these, you can see these have got nowhere to go. So we need to create links. So create a link from, we're going to go from this one, the CS. So click the link and then click on the device, and then we're going to go to storage to that facility, and then we'll do the same on this side and submit. Now obviously this is producing non-CS crystals. We want to turn those into basically chiral structures or CS. So you can see here it tells you on the left what it takes in and what it will produce. So we want that, and we're going to install it. We've also got to route the products. So we've got to go select here, select products, and then select what it is. Create a route to the storage facility. So what that will do is it will dump everything that these extractors mine into this storage. You then select the storage, and links, routes. So it shows the incoming item. Click on this, create a route, and click on the processing facility. What this is doing is all of the mined materials go into storage and then get pushed out to here. So once these are extracted, pushed it through, this facility here will turn it into it will turn the non-CS crystals into chiral structures. So we do the same on this side. So we do products, suspended plasma, create route to storage, and then from storage we route that to this facility here. Oh no, we can't because I haven't selected what. So for this one I'm doing can't remember which one it is. Plasmoids. There we go. So plasmoids. So install that. So we're going from here to here, create route. There we go. So if you click check routes, you can see where it's coming from. So this one's doing suspended plasma to storage into the processor, where it will go from suspended plasma and produce plasmoids. And this one is doing pulling in non-CS crystals, producing CS. So that's those two there. The last thing I need to do is, I believe I think it's a basic industry. No, it's not. So I need an advanced one. So I'm going to put a large one in there. And then I'm looking for the two things that are coming out of my existing facilities to turn into something better, which will sell for more money. So these are the same across all planets, these production facilities. You just got to find the one that you're. So you can also pull. So for example, you can have a planet which is just facilities. So you could have planets which just mine the materials, and then you pick it up out of the customs offices by launching them into space, and then basically put them into a customs facility at another planet where you've got all industrial facilities, and then pull it down to the planet and process it into various things. So you could have 10 or 15 factories pulling in all these different input products and processing them. So we are going to be producing transmitters. So you can see here it takes chiral structures and plasmoids, the two things I'm mining and manufacturing, and it turns them into transmitters. So we're going to do transmitters. Obviously that can't route, so we create a link from the storage facilities. So these storage facilities, we also need to go to the storage facility. So we've then got to do a route of this. No, we haven't. Sorry, products, create route to there, and then we do the same on this one here. Products, create route to there. Submit that. So this now pushes. When you hover over, you can see the route things take by this yellow dotted line. So it's as you go along, you can see here, for example, it tells you where it's going. So this one here is taking these two, producing this, and then what I need to do is take these and route them to this storage facility here. And the last thing to do is to link the output storage facilities to the launch pad. You don't need to create a link to there. In fact, it won't let you, because you launch products in a different way. And then you can see from the control panel, wherever I've built it, lost the blooming thing. It's up here somewhere, isn't it? There it is. So if you click on there, you can see how much of it you've used. So I've actually just underused the power grid, and I've barely used the CPU, which is nice. But this is why I say upgrade it to full, because if you don't upgrade it to full, you can probably run maybe this and this, and that's it. You can run one extractor with a few things. So always upgrade to the maximum you can afford to do. And then you've got to just remember to root link and then root stuff out. The reason I put storage buffer in is because these extractors produce far more material than these industrial centers are capable of churning through. These advanced ones are the same, but the outputs of these are much slower than what this does. So this, by the time it gets to here, is ready and it just pushes out. You can put buffers, you can put buffer storage in if you feel the need. It depends on what you're producing, or if you're just going to do like a massive industrial planet pulling in all the resources, processing it and dumping out level, tier 2, 3, 4 and 5 stuff. But I leave the planet searching and planetary interaction, what you want to mine, what you want to produce, up to you. It's entirely dependent on if you want to produce anything in particular for manufacturing or just to sell on the market. So yeah, that's basic PI. Train your skills up in it, and you'll get much better extraction, and you can have up to 6 planets at a time.